Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure review. And today I have the Star Wars The Black Series exclusive General Veers figure. I was really excited for this figure. I've been really liking all the Imperial officers they've been producing in the Black Series 6-inch line. I never thought they'd ever do Piet, and I never thought they'd do General Veers anytime soon. But they have. He's another officer I really like, and I'm really liking collecting these Black Series Imperial officers, so really happy he's come out. He is a Walgreens exclusive, I believe, in the States. Up here in Canada, you can get him at Toys R Us. He's been coming on and off, being available online on toysrus.com, and stores are getting him in stock. So definitely check out your stores and keep checking online if your stores don't have it. Anyways, let's take a quick look at the packaging. You've got your standard Black Series 6-inch packaging. Got the figure in there. Star Wars Black Series, pretty cool image of Veers there. No number because he is an exclusive. This quick write-up. This says General Veers, a cool and efficient officer. General Veers led the Imperial assault on Hoth, marching his AT-AT walkers across the planet's frozen plains and destroying the massive generators, powering the rebel base's protective energy shield. Yeah, that's pretty much what he does in the whole movie, so not a bad write-up, honestly. But pretty cool character, pretty cool figure. Gonna crack it open, I'll take a closer look. Now we have Veers out of the packaging, and he's really cool. He is what you'd expect for one of the Black Series officer figures. He reuses a lot of parts, which is fine because obviously the uniforms are going to be all pretty similar. He does use a new torso, a new head sculpt, of course. I believe the arms and the legs are exactly the same. I'm pretty sure the arms are exactly the same, even including the hands as Piet's. And the legs are the ones they use for every officer except for Thrawn. I haven't checked to make sure, but I'm pretty sure. But that's okay, like I said. They're getting a good use out of these parts, so I'm not too worried about that. Head sculpt is pretty good, and the face printing looks pretty great. And not too shabby at all. I wouldn't say it's like 100% like good, perfect likeness, but I think it looks pretty much like the actor. And I'm sure some customizers will want to use this for 1/12 Walter Donovan from Indiana Jones, as they were played by the same actor, don't you know? But I really do like the head sculpt. One thing I am noticing now is that the skin tone on the neck and the skin tone on the head is actually slightly different. It's a bit noticeable. It's not too bad or anything, but if you look close enough, you can sort of tell. Does have his officer's cap on there, which is really cool. Got the silver button on there. The hat is one of his accessories. You can't remove that. You get a pretty good head sculpt, or not head sculpt, but hair sculpt underneath there, just kind of in a gray, aged look, but looks pretty good. I do like that. Very Imperial. Put the hat back on. Now the hat goes on there nice and snugly, so that's good. Like I said, most of this body is reused, but again, I really like the color of the uniform. They seem to have gotten the officer gray down right. I think it looks good. And the sculpt of the clothing, to give it that effect of it being clothing, looks pretty good as well. He does have a new torso, as it does have the different rank plaque. He has a general's rank plaque with the blue and the red rectangles. That looks good. He also only has one code cylinder, and none on this other side. His right hand here sculpted in a trigger finger, and the other hand is not. You do got a silver belt buckle in the belt there, and the lower tunic made of that more pliable material. And you do have the officer legs, which we've seen a few times now, but they still look pretty good. And you got the nice glossy black jack boots, which look great as well. So it looks really, really good. No real complaints there. Minor complaint with the neck tone, but that's about it. In terms of articulation, he's got this articulation we've seen with all the officers in pretty standard Black Series. It does have that new double ball joint in the neck, so he can look up a bit, look down a bit. He can pivot and he rotates. Ball hinges at the shoulders, which move a bit further than 90, which is good. And they rotate. The only disappointing spot is they have just the single hinge at the elbow, and it moves at a strict 90 degrees. It doesn't move any further inwards, which is kind of unfortunate. Again, this is a complaint I mainly have with Tarkin, but have with all the officers, is the fact that they can't get their hands up to their faces or anything. So you can't get some poses you might want to get. So that's a little unfortunate, but not a huge deal. Ball hinges at the wrists that go in and out on both sides, I do believe, yep. Ball joint at the torso, which gets a bit of movement, not too crazy though. Ball hinges at the hips, you can get them out a decent amount. And they spread pretty well as well. You got a swivel cut at the thigh. Mine are a bit tight on this figure, but it's not too bad. Double hinges at the knees, which move pretty good. And ball hinges at the wrists, or not wrists, but they have hinges at the ankles. Mine are actually a bit tight, but they're there. And you do have pivots, which move good. So he has all the articulation you really need. Aside from the elbow articulation, he's got all the articulation you want. Officers aren't going to be in crazy dynamic poses, so you don't need a whole lot anyways. In terms of accessories, he comes with a fair amount of accessories, which sets him apart from the other officer figures, which usually only come with like a pistol or some other accessories. Obviously, you did see he does come with his hat. He also comes with a pistol. He comes with the same blaster pistol that Piet came with. It's just some minor sculpted detail, no paint detail. It's an okay pistol. I'm not a huge fan of the design of it personally, but it's good enough, and he holds it well. So you can get Veers holding the blaster there. So that's pretty cool. He does kind of have to hold it on this sort of like, look this way. You can't really have it just straight pointing because he's holding it at an angle. And you can sort of move the gun. Okay, I guess you can actually have him holding it that way. And he also comes with, as you probably saw when I showed the packaging, he does come with his battle armor, or his field armor, or whatever it is. So that's really cool, so you can take the hat off. Comes with the chest plate here. It also has a functioning holster with a little functioning strap, which is pretty cool. So you can take the pistol here and slot the pistol right in there. And you can plug that in if you want. And you can have his pistol stored on there, so that looks pretty good. And then there's just a peg and the belt there. I don't know if you can just wrap it over his head or not. Yeah, you can. You just wrap it over his head. You don't even have to remove the head, which is a nice touch. And you just wrap that around. And yeah. Hopefully plug it in successfully. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, plug that in. It's a pretty nice, snug plug in there. So you got the chest armor going on. And then you have the helmet here. It's very cool. Not made of a very pliable material, actually. I'm a little surprised, but I don't mind that at all. You can get that over old Veers' head. There we go. You get the strap on there, and it fits on there really nice and securely. And you have Veers with his armor on, which I think is really, really cool. Just kind of adjust that a bit. So yeah, I think this looks awesome. Like I said, it definitely sets him apart from the other officers with him having actual armor, and the detailing is really good. The helmet looks great. He has a little comm link or whatever on the strap, which looks cool. Fits on him really well. You've got silver paint detailing, as a black paint detailing, and some paint apps for the actual strap for the eyeglasses or eye gear. These eye gear is not a separate piece. You can't put it over the helmet, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not a big deal. And the armor itself is a nice color, and it's got some nice details. A lot of very clean red, blue, and white paint apps going on. Some gray to give it some paint variation. It was really cool. And they got some more nice paint apps on the back as well. So really solid figure, great quality. And overall, this is a really good figure, really good addition to the Black Series line. Absolutely fantastic figure. I guess it's not a must-have if you don't really care much for the officers of the character. But if you're playing Black Series, honestly, 100% recommend picking this one up. Especially if you like the officers. I think he's one of the coolest ones they've done so far. One of the cooler figures of this year, honestly. Not like that's saying much. There hasn't been a ton of them. But quickly, I will do some size comparisons. First off, just a random one because I have the figure right here. This is another recent release. This is the new Phasma. Phasma is significantly taller than Veers, which makes sense. She's a big character. So there's that, just because why not? Again, I have him close in hand. Here he is next to Darth Vader. Darth Vader is, of course, a bit bigger. So I think that scales pretty well. They look really good together. I like that a lot. Putting that back. Now the other figures, officers. These are all the other officers for the Empire that they've released. Here's Piet, which is also a recent addition with that face print technology, looking really good together. Here he is next to the next most recent one. Grand Moff Tarkin, again looking fantastic. I love that. And put him off to the side there. Here he is next to an older one. Here's Krennic, the first one we got. Face doesn't exactly hold up with the rest of his guys, but he still looks good. I still like this figure. They look good together as well. And lastly, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Again, they look really good together. So overall, this figure is great. 100% recommend it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And may the Force be with you.